How would a separating service member go about preparing for an interview?
Well, first thing they need to do is identify what their real skill sets are, understand what they bring to that company when they're getting prepared, know themselves about their skill set. Another thing is, the first thing they should do is get involved in our transition assistance program. On day 2 of our TAP workshop, there's a facilitator from the Department of Labor, and they get real specific on how to prepare for an interview, how to dress for interviews, all those details. And it really depends on the job that they're going to interview for. Right. But specifically really knowing themselves, knowing their skill sets, and knowing what they can bring to that company so they can sell themselves to that company.
Right. And as far as being in the service, we wear a uniform every day. So somebody that's leaving the military and preparing for an interview or a job they might have gotten, where could they learn how to dress to impress, if you will?
And that is different because we're used to wearing uniforms every day. So when you have to come out, oh, I've got to dress for this interview or whatever, you can talk. They can come to us. We can talk individually about it. But it really depends on the interview and the job that they're interviewing for. There's an appropriate dress for different levels or different types of positions. The key is to make sure you dress appropriately for that position that you're interviewing for. And it could be actually the rule of thumb, we talk about maybe dressing one level above that. I mean, maybe an example, if you're going to interview for a mechanic position, and normally they may wear jeans and work clothes, the interview maybe should be business casual, maybe khakis and a polo shirt, but not a suit and tie, because then it may be overdressed. So really what's appropriate, and again, they address this during the workshop as well, our transition assistance workshop, and we can always talk individually when people come in, and we can give them some hints and ideas of how to dress for those interviews.
Awesome. And lastly, I guess, where could a separating service member find a job if they weren't sure where to look?
Okay. There's multiple resources for finding jobs. The internet, the newspapers, they still run job ads. And there's so many different places. We have listings here. We can come in, we can give them direct. There's different websites for different levels. Like there's a website specifically for federal jobs. There's websites for state level jobs, for local jobs, maybe for nonprofit organizations. And we have most of those resources here. And then the key is knowing what they're looking for, and then you can kind of more target their job search. And then they can, and we can talk them through those websites as well and what's required, because different jobs require different applications, different types of resumes. So it's important that earlier they decide where they want to go and what they're looking for, then we can help them kind of search that. That's a great place to go. And there's a lot of other places that you can look for jobs that it's kind of new, the social media aspect. We actually started a new class, a social media class. We do offer it once a month, kind of how to network, you know, the LinkedIn websites, the Google Pluses, the Facebooks. A lot of people are searching for jobs. People are even posting jobs out there through the social media. So that's kind of a new technology, a new way of getting there. And we're offering a new class. So it's been very popular, and we do it once a month here.
Nice. To close, is there any tips or bits of advice you might give a separating service member? Just something that might be helpful for them?
I think the best thing is for them not to wait. Get prepared. As soon as they know they're going to separate, even if it's a year away, go ahead and get involved and start the job search process. Come to a pre-separation counseling. We do that every week. We have those available. And start that process, and then start the TAP process, Transition Assistance Program, and get plugged in. The earlier they get started, the better they're going to be prepared. They can set their goals, make a plan, and they can be successful. And that's kind of the key to it.
Definitely. Well, thank you for having us out today, sir.
Yes, ma'am, anytime.